Okay, so I wanted to do a video today on one of my all-time favorite movies. And this movie, it's interesting, okay? So it's shifted. Why it's my one of my favorite movies today is very different from why it was one of my favorite movies about 15 or so years ago. And that movie is How Stella Got Her Groove Back. If you're not familiar with the movie, it's written by it was originally a book. It's a true story. The woman Terry McMillan is an author. She also wrote Waiting to Exhale. And it's her true story, kind of her life after her divorce. So she was in her early 40s. She went through this terrible divorce with this absolute jerk face husband. And she was working really hard. She was kind of burned out and, lonely and depressed and frustrated. Takes this vacation with their best friend to Jamaica. Ends up having this whirlwind romance with this guy who's 23 years younger than her. They had this amazing chemistry. They end up coming back to the United States, and their whole story is kind of the premise of it really is, love conquers all. It doesn't matter if there's an age difference. It doesn't matter if there's a distance difference. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, right? True love can happen after 40. It can happen after a divorce. It can happen no matter who you are. So I just happened to be, I don't know, I was rummaging around on the internet and just kind of came across this article, and it talked about kind of where they are today. And the article was old. It was about 10, 11 years old. And I was really shocked to find out that about 6 or so years after they were married, after Terry, and his name is Jonathan, in the movie it's Winston, after they were married, Jonathan had come out and said that he's gay. And so they ended up having this really awful divorce. Terry was really devastated, feeling that and the words that she was using, the way she was describing her experience, of course, I'm reading this through the lens of, is he a highly manipulative person? Like what really kind of went down here? And so she's like, I'm feeling like I was conned. I'm feeling like I was manipulated. She had given him over $200,000 to start this dog grooming business. She had put him through college. She had introduced him to all of these red carpet contacts that she had. And, was feeling really conned by this. And so I went back and I watched the movie again, because in my mind, when I had seen it the first time I'd seen it, I didn't know anything about narcissism. So I wasn't watching it through that lens. I was watching it through the lens of like, this is an amazing, it's that love story that we all hope really happens. So I was rewatching it and I'm like, oh my God, it's like textbook. There's all these red flags there of a highly manipulative person who's running a con. Within 24 hours of meeting Stella, he's absolutely taken with her. He wants to spend all this time with her. They start sleeping together. I think maybe the second or third time they're hanging out. They don't get out of bed all weekend. It's this intense soulmate connection. It's this intense chemistry. It's this, he was telling her that he loves her. You should really watch the movie. It's a fantastic case study in exactly how a covert narcissist or a highly manipulative person works. So he's telling her, I love you. And she's like, how can you possibly love me? You don't even know me. And he says, I know enough about you. Like, I know that you're beautiful. I know that you're intelligent. I know that you're ambitious. I know that you're all these things. And he has this real focus on, really, don't think about this, Stella. Just go with how you feel, right? And so he's feeding her all of these really feel-good emotions. There's also a couple other scenes in the movie that I found interesting. So, especially from this perspective. So there's a scene in the movie, he introduces her to he introduces her to his parents about on like the fourth time they hang out. And basically saying that he's very much in love with her and that he wants his parents to just know this. And I thought, well, when I first saw the movie, I thought, well, yeah, he really must be sincere, because why else would a person do that? Watching it through the lens of, is this a highly manipulative person? It makes perfect sense as to why he would do that, because it's to convince her, right, that his intentions are absolutely sincere, because why a normal person wouldn't do that otherwise, but a highly manipulative person would do exactly that to prove that this is how sincere I am. I've introduced you to my family, right? There were 2 times also in the movie where he had made plans with her and then canceled at the last minute or didn't call, things like that. And I could be wrong about this, but my guess is this is very common behavior for highly manipulative people, and there's a couple reasons for it. So one of it's taking people on their targets on extreme emotional highs and then low lows. So it's that light switch of I want to spend all my time with you, you exist, I love you, to flipping it off. I don't have time for you right now. It's the silent treatment. I can't see you right now, right? And who knows what he's doing during that time? He could be lining up additional sources of narcissistic supply, which are also targets. And it could just be that she really wasn't a priority for him. And maybe he was actually testing her to see, does she care? Does she really care if I'm not around? Like, he's wanting her to want him more. So, and of course, in the movie, when her family does meet him, they find him to be absolutely charming. All of their fears are put to rest. And that was kind of the movie. But, really, really interesting. So, and not only that, I find it interesting, watching these Oprah interviews with him where he is very focused on saving his public image. So there's a video that I'm going to post a link to where even Oprah is trying to call him out on his lies, because he was claiming that he didn't know he was gay. And he didn't realize he was gay until he was, in his mid-20s. And Oprah is like, I have known people, a lot of gay people when you're 3 years old, when you're 7, when you start becoming aware of those feelings for other people, you know what you're attracted to and what you're not attracted to. And of course, he's claiming that he just really didn't know and that it wasn't a con and all these things. Oh, I should also add, in their divorce, so not only, had she put him through college, she had given him $200,000 for this dog grooming business. He was trying to fight her on the prenuptial agreement that she had him sign. He was really trying to take half of everything. So, which again, well, of course that's a financial con, because if you're married to somebody and you really like them and you realize one day, hey, you know what, I am gay. This is a deal breaker. I am so sorry to waste your time and your energy and all of this. I'm so sorry. You're not probably going to fight them to get even more money out of them. So I don't think that he won that lawsuit. But okay, so anyways, so these Oprah interviews, he won't give a straight answer. He is spinning his answers. Oprah at one point asks him if he'd had any relations with a man while he was still married. And he had said he hadn't done anything to put her or himself at risk. And Oprah's like, that's not what I asked you. And then finally it comes out, yes, I slept with another man while I was still married. He was very slick with everything. And Oprah even said, she's like, I'm really surprised that he wanted to come on the show knowing that they were going to really roast him about this and really question his intentions and if he was a con artist and all these things. And I'm thinking, if he's really a covert narcissist, there is no such thing as negative attention. Attention is attention. So I'm not surprised at all that he wanted to go on Oprah, because that's totally something that a highly manipulative, narcissistic person would do. So that is the movie. Again, fantastic case study in exactly how quickly covert narcissists move. You have a ton of red flags there. You have the love bombing. You have the rushing of intimacy. You have him assessing her vulnerabilities. I'm sure he knew she had money right away. Even though he might not have known she was a famous author, he probably, people that have money, you carry yourself different. You're wearing tailored, stylish clothes. You have your hair done. You have your nails done. You're on a vacation in Jamaica, right? So there are all these signs there that she really did have money. And I'm sure that he targeted her for that. I have no doubt in my mind that he was running a con game on her. Really, really tragic stuff. So that's it for this video. And, again, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, frustrations, ideas for videos, you just want to say hi, or if you need support, feel free to contact me. My contact info, my website, my support group info is down below. And, just as an aside, if you guys are having questions, if you're wondering, is it me or is it my partner? And is this relationship, can this really be real? Or is it too good to be true? Is this person too good to be true? Is this a whirlwind romance? Is this a fairy tale? If you're using those kinds of words to describe your relationship, there's probably something that's wrong. So slow down, know the red flags. I'm going to link to my red flags of the narcissist series down below too. Know the red flags, move slow enough to give the red flags time to surface. Know your vulnerabilities. And we all have vulnerabilities because we're all human. You will have vulnerabilities till the day you die. It's just part of being human. So you can't fix every single thing about you. That's not what you want to spend your life doing. But you do need to be aware of when you are vulnerable and what that could be. And it's going to be different things throughout your life, right? So knowing your vulnerabilities, making sure that you have high standards for how other people treat you, making sure that you have solid boundaries. So if they start, doing squirrely things to violate your standards, that you are comfortable and confident enough that you bounce them out of your life. So that's it. Love to you guys. You guys take care. You're not alone. You're not crazy. And take care. I'll see you soon. Okay, bye.